Hey everybody, David here, Coastal Adventures, and today we are coming live from Dbar. I mentioned this one yesterday that we would be here, and I just wanted to start the live a little bit early because the tide's going out and there's some beautiful rock pools down here I wanted to show you. So we'll just make our way down this way and we'll have a look at these rock pools. Oh. So look at that, it's pretty beautiful, doesn't it? So we're up the Lover's End of Dbar at the moment, and these are the rocks that have been, the rocks have all been scoured out of the sand. The sand's moved out to sea from the last big swell, and this is what we're looking at. So this is the natural rock at Dbar. Now, if I can get down here, just bear with me. Okay, I'm down. These rocks are quite nice to walk on, so let's go and have a look at them. So we're down at the Lover's End of Dbar. The tide is going out, and we have some nice little rock pools here we're going to have a look at. So hello everybody, thank you for joining me today. So again, we're at Dbar and we're just looking at these little rock pools down here. So it looks quite nice there. That rock there, the big one right at the very top, that's Lover's Rock. Back some years ago, people used to write their names up there. The young lovers used to do that. It's fairly frowned upon now, but this end of the Dbar is still called Lovers. So these rock pools look fairly nice. It looks quite special here. No, I can't see any fish in here. So the tide is going out. You can see it. You can see all that rip just here, just racing out to sea. So the tide is going out fairly fast. So that's a fairly nasty rip at the moment, and that's running right along the solid structure. And you can see that water exiting out to sea out that way. So once again, welcome everybody. We're just here at Dbar, at the far north coast of New South Wales and Queensland. If you look up there, that lighthouse there, just to the side of the east, that's the Queensland-New South Wales border. So we're down on the beach. There's nobody around today. Bit of wind blowing, so you can understand they must be doing something else because it's not real good for surfing. But look at the colour of that water. Beautiful, isn't it? So please tell me where you're from and say hi. Let's get some chats going. Again, we're on the far north coast of New South Wales, right on the Queensland-New South Wales border. And we're at Dbar, which is the beach just around the corner. Let's have a look this way. Just around that edge there, that's where it goes into Queensland. So we're on New South Wales here, and then you go up the other side and around that rock, and then you're out in Queensland. So this is quite nice down here today. All the sand's been washed away, but they are replenishing the sand. Now look at these rock pools, just beautiful. So please say hi and let me know where you're watching from today. And if you're enjoying it, please drop a like. But what we're going to do today, we're going to walk along the beach here at Dbar, go up onto the groin and have a look at the Tweed River. We'll have a look at the surf from behind the surfers. And we'll just have just over an hour just looking at this beautiful setting. So I wanted to start this live early today because the tide is going out, and then these little tidal pools, little rock pools, will eventually disappear. There we go. So we'll go for a walk up this way. Yep, I can get through. So again, this is the natural rock here that I'm walking on. It's all been mined, and all this, how's it going? All this mined rock has been blown apart to make that rock wall just over there. So we'll keep going around. Bit of moss on the rocks, but luckily not slippery. We'll go down onto the beach here. There's a couple more little tidal pools. There we go. So hi everybody, we're coming from Dbar, far north coast of New South Wales, right on the border of Queensland and New South Wales. So look at these tide pools here, just beautiful. Yep, still not slippery, beautiful. There we go, look at that. So again guys, please say hi, let me know where you're watching this from. And if you're enjoying it, please drop a like. That rock right in the background is called Lovers. Back in the days, in the 80s, 70s and 80s, people used to write their names up there, same as what they do in France, you know, when they... Hello, Barbara. Thank you. Yes, it is beautiful here. The tide's just going out, so I wanted to get down here early before this was just all rock and not quite as beautiful to look at. Yeah, so they used to write their names up there on the rocks. It's frowned upon now. Look at the colour of the ocean. Another perfect day here on the far north coast of New South Wales. We'll just go around and have a look from another angle. Jazz, how are you? Thank you for joining us again. Good to see you, and you, Barbara, and everybody else that's watching at the moment. Thank you all for joining. Is it morning in India? Jazz? All right, let's come around these rocks. There we go. Good morning from India, thank you. I felt a bit hurt that you didn't say good morning straight away, eh, Jazz? Look at those rocks and that water coming through. It's just spectacular here. 8:30 a.m. Lovely. It's 8:30. It's 1 o'clock, 5 to 1 here on the east coast of Australia. Again, some beautiful colours. You got your reds, your greens, your blues. All right, we'll come out of the rocks a little bit. So I'll just give you a little history on what's happening here at the moment. The white structure, thank you, Ajaz. That white structure over there, see it on the top of the break wall there? That's called the sand pumping jetty. And what that does is pump sand from Fingal, and it pumps it over to the beaches and it bypasses the river system. And if we look up here, where is it? I think I've gone past it. There, that's the sand that it's bypassing. So all that sand is now building up on Dbar, and then that'll save this beach and build the sand back up. And then any extra sand will then wash around the corner onto the Gold Coast. So we'll go and have a close look at that in a minute. Yep. So you can see straight out here, this is where that water is going out to sea. So if you're a surfer, that's called a rip, and you jump in that and then you float out to sea for an easy trip out the back without getting your hair wet. But if you're not a good swimmer, you don't understand the ocean, you see a nice little hole, you jump in, next thing you're getting sucked out to sea and you start to panic. So let's go and have a look at this sand pumping up here. You can see how much sand is built up right in front of us. And that is replenishing the beach here after this sand was right back to the base of the trees up there. That's how much sand they lost, and this is how much sand they've put back. So you look down here, you can see that's all the sand that's coming from the other side of the river. So we're just walking up through the sand now. Actually smells a little bit. And you can see where the sand slurry is coming out. Well, that's enough of that. Let's have a look at the ocean. So what also happens is this will drop out a lot of sediment, which the little fish will eat. Where there's little fish, there's bigger fish. Where there's bigger fish, there's even bigger fish. And so far, so up and down the food chain it will go. So if you had smell camera, you could actually smell all the sediment coming out. It actually stinks. But most of that sand is dropping out straight in the front here and then restructuring the beach, yes. After it all got washed away in the last storm, eh, Jazz? And all that sand will wash around the corner there and out. So you can see all this washing through here. So it's quite a lot of slurry, sand and water coming out. Might be some rings or money getting sucked out from the other side. There's a dog, lost his ball. Yes. Hello everybody and welcome to the live stream. I'm coming from Dbar, right on the border of Queensland and New South Wales. And we're just started off over on the rocks there at Lovers. Hey mate, how's it going? Hey, where's your ball? Hey, where's your ball? Hey. I'll just get the ball for the dog. See if he wants to play with that. Is that his ball, mate? Is that his ball? You can have it. Yep. Alright, so that dog's having a bit of fun there. And we're just going to go for a walk up onto the rock wall. You can see we had, well I think everybody did, we just had the blood moon 2 nights ago. So we then have the bigger tides, and those bigger tides have now cut some of the sand out again. So it's a never-ending cycle of sand getting replenished, sand getting washed away, getting back sent out to sea. But that's how nature works. So you can see how much sand has been washed away. That face is about 5 to 6 foot high. All right, let's continue up to the rock wall. Okay, so we have a guy here. I don't think he's a very good surfer, but he's trying to get in, and he's sitting right in the middle of a rip. Where is he? Come on, where are you? Why can't I see today? There he is. So now he's hopped back on his board, but he was, yes, he's not a very good surfer. And the first thing not very good surfers do when they're caught in the rip is they hop off their board for some unknown reason. Kids do the same thing. So if you see some kids or someone in the rip, you'll see them throw their board and then try and swim instead of just sitting on the board and floating. The board will float you forever. So we've got a couple of people coming out of the water. Doesn't look that good. It's windy today, but not as windy as yesterday. Hey Dilbert, no, we are at Dbar on the far north coast of New South Wales, Australia. So if I just turn you around, that structure there, that is the border, right underneath that structure in the middle of the screen. And just between the rock and the other rock, and you see some trees in the middle, that's basically where the border runs out. So we are in sorry, an email just popped up. So we are right on the border here, Dbar Beach. You may have heard of it if you're a surfer. It's called Dbar. You'll see I've posted a lot of shorts and videos from Dbar, from Snapper, which is just around the corner. That's the next beach on the Queensland side. So we've got a few people on the beach today playing with their dogs. We have a guy straight in front of us. Hello human and Dilbert. Yes, we've had a lot of shark attacks at the moment. We had a fatal on Saturday where a surfer had the shark jump on him, and then when he came up it was just a torso, and the shark had taken both legs and an arm, which is not very good at all. And it was the day before Father's Day. and left behind a wife and a very young daughter. So very sad. But this guy here, right in front of us, is looking for beach worms. So that bag he's waving in front of him is, well, let me just line him up, is called a stink bag. And you put all your rotten carcasses and that in there. And as the water washes out, the worms in the sand can smell it and they come up. And then you have a little bit of pippy or shellfish in your hand, and then you put it up, and the worm tries to eat it, and then you can grip it if you're good enough, and then pull it out. Fantastic fish food for when you're fishing. Oh, geez. Free as a bird. Yes, thank you. It is on the beautiful beach. Thank you for joining. Thank everybody for joining today. Another spectacular day here on the far north coast of New South Wales, Australia. So he's... Ooh. So yes, doesn't look like too many worms there. You can see in his left hand he's holding something, and that'll be, ooh, nice surfer out there. That'll be the little bit of shellfish or pippy that he'll, sorry Dilbert, don't know that flag. Is it Indonesia? Was that little bit of blue in the corner? You surfing? No, I'm not surfing today. I've injured my left knee and I can't bend it. So, was that Hawaii? Please tell me where that flag's from, Dilbert. Stop me guessing and looking like a fool. Oh, there's some good surfers out there. Oh, you're going, AJS? Thank you for joining. Have to go to work, do you? All right, let's try chili. Ah, thank you. Okay, he's found a worm. Now he gets the shellfish down into it, and these people will scare it if they walk up too close to him. And there you go, he just pulled the worm out of the sand, and it was about 5 foot long. So yes, he just got a beach worm. Looks like all the good surfers are coming in. But yes, it is a nice wave. When there's nowhere else breaking, you come to Dbar and you'll always get a wave here. So the good surfers are coming in. So what we might do is go up on the rock wall, and we'll go for a walk along the rock wall and we'll watch the surfing from up there. But if we look just out, again you have another solid structure, and that's where the water is returning to sea, and that's the rip. So the good surfers, oh, he's got another worm. Let's have a look. Let's see if he pulls the worm out or he gets it. So you put there he goes, his right hand goes down. He puts the shellfish in the mouth, the worm starts to eat, and there he goes. He just pulled another worm out, you can see. They're about 4 or 5 foot long. So he's doing pretty good there. That's 2 worms in a couple of minutes. I don't know, does any other country get beach worms like that? So let's make our way up the wall. I don't know where we can get up. I think I might just walk along the wall a bit and find an easier spot. But the other day, we've got maybe 150 metres of sand. The water was right back up in that corner there. That's how much sand they've pumped back Okay, it looks like I can get up here. It's a little bit lower. So how's this house, or this block of units here, is owned by professional surfers, and it cost them a couple of million each. But look at the view they got. They're looking straight out the Tweed River, over Dbar and over Fingal. So they got the best view there. All right, let's keep going up this rock wall. I think I can get up just here fairly easy. If you see the footage go haywire, you know I've fallen. Ooh, okay, I'm up. That was easy. Still can't move my leg, my left leg, so everything's right leg dependent. And we are now looking across. Hope there's no snakes up here on these rocks. But we'll go up on this rock and have a look. So that's the Tweed River right in front of us. Beautiful. Look at the colour, the tide's just running out. That's that white structure there right in the middle, that's where the sand's getting pumped across. And looking up the Tweed River. You can see the rocks down there, nice little reef. People go diving in there, you get some nice fish. Can't spear them, of course. What kind of snake? The brown snake, Barbara. The second deadliest snake in the world. So we're just coming to spring now. You guys are in your autumn or fall. And so all our snakes and lizards, all the reptiles are now, oh, there's a whale straight out the front. All our reptiles are coming out of hibernation. So they'll be hungry. So hopefully there's a lot of mice and rats. I was going to say rice, that's half rats, half mice. But yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, hopefully there's a lot of mice and rats in the rocks here, so they can eat and not have to bite anybody. But luckily the brown snake, the full-grown ones, they actually give a warning bite first where they don't inject any venom. They're just trying to scare you away. We've had a lot of bites where we've had to go and rescue people and they haven't been envenomated. So that's the big ones. The little ones, the juveniles, the babies, like the one I saw at Fingal a couple of weeks ago, they bite and they dump every bit of poison they've got in them, and the babies are just as deadly as the adults, except they can't control their venom, so when they bite everything comes out. So you definitely do not want to be bitten by a juvenile brown. Okay, looks like some, let's have a look this side first. Why there's still a little bit of nice water in the Tweed River. Then we'll go over and check the surf out. So there we go. I'll just zoom out for you. No, that's it. So that's that beach over there, directly in the middle of the screen. That's Doppies. That's on the Fingal side. And oh, this rock is sharp. And out here is Mount Warning. So that structure right there is the Mount Warning plug, or it's Mount Warning, and it is the Mount Warning caldera, and that's what stopped that's the plug that stopped the volcano from oozing out more lava, and that's what formed this whole region. So that's the central piece, and they call that Old Man Wollumbin, So if I can hold this still, you can see the right hand side. It looks like his chin, and it goes down to his mouth and then up to the nose. Poor fella's got no forehead, but that's what created all this. There was a huge volcano here which ran for, I'd say the circumference of the caldera would be a couple, maybe 100 and something kilometres. So I'll just zoom out a bit. Let's have a look at this water again. So that's looking up the Tweed River. That's looking into Tweed Heads. And that's one, that high rise just there, that's one of two high rises that we've got in the far north coast of New South Wales. The rest are all just little 3 and 4 story walk-ups. Oops, sorry about that. So, hey, California, how are you? Thank you for joining. So we're at Dbar today. We're on the breakwall of the Tweed River. So the wall on that side is Fingal. We were over there yesterday, and today we're on the Dbar side of the Tweed River. So how'd you go today, California? Have a good live stream? I'm aiming to be as good as you and get those 4,000 hours. But what happened is, some of my hours came off the end of the 1 year. So I actually dropped 17 hours last night, which really sucks when you're trying to move up. Ooh, that wind's really blowing. I'll hop back down again. Oh, here comes a plane into land. There's a plane going into our international airport. Just gone behind the hill. It'll just pop out in that gap, and the high rise. You'll see it come through in a second. So there she goes. So that's the Coolangatta Airport, which is our international airport. It only goes to Bali. Where else? Used to go to China. It doesn't do much. It's only a short runway, so it can't take the big jets. So we might go, we'll just wait for these two people to walk past. And I'll continue my walk out on the rock wall. So it's blowing today, but not quite as hard as yesterday. People suck. They leave rusty hooks just sitting there on the ground, and then some poor person comes along and stands on it and gets a hook in the foot, and then has to have an operation to cut it out because the barb will be stuck in there, and then you've got to get a tetanus shot as well. So I wish people, they can carry them here, but they can never carry them home. So that's looking out the north wall of the Tweed River. Last time we were here, we had that, if anybody can remember, we had the jet ski that tipped over. 2 guys were rescued. We had helicopter. We had jet skis all coming to save them. Okay. Let's hide behind a big rock and see if we can get some footage of these guys surfing for you. I'll zoom in so I can just hear that jet's just landed because the wind's blowing from that way, and it just blew the sound of the reverse thrust. Okay, there's a guy standing up. There he goes. Bit of a boggy wave. Another guy behind him. Missed it. Ooh, hard trying to hold the gimbal still. Okay, let's continue up. Okay, so we'll head back up. Look at that. Stunning footage. It's just so clear here today. Just wish the wind had died down a bit. But when there's wind, it also cools it down a bit. So it was showing 26. So the wind keeping it cool. It's down around the, I suppose, the 21, 22 with that wind chill, which is nice. Oh, whales jumping straight out the front. Let's go and have a look at that, everyone. So, all right. That's looking back. No, California, it was good. I was getting 26,000 views every stream, and then it's dropping down, so it'll pick back up, I'm sure. How can, oh, we've got a lot of spray coming. How can people not like looking at this, and yours as well? I'll just keep persevering. I still enjoy doing it, that's the main thing. Now, where's that whale? Oh, that whale just jumped again. Straight out there, it's doing a bit of acrobatics out there, so it's just to the right of that. Come up again, it just blew. I don't know if you can see that. It's super hard to hold this steady. Well, that 70,000 views is fantastic, California. Very happy for you. No, this is too hard to hold. I'll have to hide behind a rock. So we'll keep walking out there. So we're just coming out to the end of the wall there. You can see just past the south wall there, and the sand pumping jetty at Fingal. So that jetty is sucking up all the sand and popping it on Dbar, as you can see. Oh, well, I showed you before. So you can see the spray coming out the end, cleaning the pipes as well. Oh, let's keep heading out. That whale's continuing to jump out there, so that should be good. Just hope he doesn't run out of puff before we get there. Let's look out this way. You can actually see all the white caps, the white horses on the water. So it's not blowing as hard as yesterday, but still enough to make it awkward. And it's just blowing from the wrong direction. It's again, it's a shitty northerly, and the northerlies are no good for anybody. Hey Mark, how are you? Yes, it is a nice day here. I was just saying that it was showing 26 degrees on my car, but we've got that wind blowing again, so that's, oh, that whale's still jumping. Let's try and get out there. But the wind chill's certainly cooling it. Otherwise it'll be a scorcher. Okay, we'll go up. There it is, just jumped again. Just a sec, I'll get up there and I'll get in a good position. out of the wind a bit. Okay, I'm in a semi-solid position here. Now, oh, there it is, just jumping there. And I'll just put this down behind rocks and we'll try and let you see the whale. Come on, jump again. Okay, I've got it hidden right down inside the rocks now. Okay, it just jumped. Where is it though? Okay, there's the wave. It should be right behind that wave. Oh, it's beyond human. So they do that in America as well as Australia, hey? We've just got a couple of whales out there. I'm trying to keep my camera down in between the rocks. And then of course they're not jumping anymore. Come on. Oh, there's some others to the north. Okay, so we've got a few whales out there. There's a four, oh, there it is, just jumped. Where'd you go? There. There it is, jumped again. Not scary, Barbara. Sorry again for the shaky footage, but this is really hard. Where are you? Come on. I'm showing you a lot of splashes, but that's about all. Beauty Mark, thank you. There it is, jumped again. So that's about 2-3 k's off the front of the headland, or the front of the rock wall here. Putting on quite a show. Yes, Mark, humpbacks. They're on their annual migration. They're just heading home. They're just calved and mated. Oh, where are you? Come on. There. Dolphins. Let's try and find some dolphins for you. They should be hanging around here. Let's just zoom out. We had, what, 5 or 6 dolphins yesterday. They were just riding the waves right out in front of Fingal. So there's a couple more whales straight out here. You can see, oh God, this is so... Okay, hang on, I'm just gonna hop down the rock a bit. Okay, sorry about that. So now I'm down in the rocks. And that whale's just there. Yep. I used to do rock climbing for a sport before I hurt the hands and the knees. Did you see that? Okay. Good night, Barbara. Thank you for joining us. And see you tomorrow. starting to, there it is, right in the middle, just about on the horizon. And there's a couple of humpbacks coming up behind them as well. Maybe they're going to join up and start travelling as a larger group. Let's go back a bit. So hopefully you can see. Yeah, it's breathing out there. They're just putting their flukes in the air at the moment, so come on, jump. Oh, there's one right in close. I'll just get steadied a little bit here. And there's one just off the headland, so that'll be good. Now come back up. So there's some ready to go. It's in really close, this one. It's only like 100 meters off. Come on, come back up, bad boy. Oh, there's one jumped in there it is. There's that one jumping. And there's one just in close, so if I can see it again. It's amazing, they're 30 to 40 foot long. Just over 10 meters, and they take a breath and go under, and you cannot see them again. Oh, that one just jumped. We'll stay on the ones out the back, eh? At least they're doing something. When the other one pops up, I'll show you. That one just breathed. Oh, there it is. Don't know if you saw that or not. See it breathing. There it is, its back just came up. That one's jumping out the back, it's doing more. That one's just cruising, so we'll stay on the ones out the back, everyone. Is that all? All right. I'll zoom out, I'll turn around. I'll try and climb out of this position without stacking it. Ooh. All right. We'll come over and look into the Tweed River side. I think I can get down here. Then I'll be definitely out of the breeze. Okay. Ooh. So again, that's looking out towards Fingal and the sand pumping bed, jetty. And Oh, let me get comfy. Hey Julie, how are you? Thank you for joining. Okay. So we've got whales out there. We've got an uncomfortable seat for me here. We've got the sand pumping jetty. That looks quite spectacular, doesn't it? And I don't know if you can see underneath the sand pumping jetty, you can actually see Cook Island under there. All right, now I'm comfy. And that rocks to the right, that's the south wall of the Tweed River. And that's the Tweed River. Straight down there, all that water's boiling in and out. So that there is called a pressure wave. So the tide's running out faster than the waves are coming in, and it just stands the waves up. And what happens is boats get stuck on that, and then they go down the face of a wave. It's not real big at the moment, but they go down the face of a wave, and then they shoot off to the side or broach, and then that's how the boats flip on the bars around here. So you need to go really close, either this side or the other side, and go in close to the rocks. And that's the build-up of sand just there. So all that tide runs out every day, twice a day. It dumps all its sand there. So we have a big dredge. It comes in maybe twice a year, every 6 months, and dredges all that sand, and then takes it around to the Gold Coast and just deposits it. So the whales have stopped jumping for some unknown reason. Hey Jeffrey, thank you for joining. Yes, the volume is low. It was up, then it dropped down. Oh, there's a whale jumping straight out the end of the sand pumping jetty. Oh, volume. Is that better? I'll lift the mic up a little bit. Can you hear that? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I might have to walk along pulling my shirt out so it's near my face a bit more. Thank you for telling me. All right. Those whales aren't playing, so I might turn back around. Luckily, these rocks are so grippy. Oh, let's look up there we go, look up the Tweed River there. Looks quite nice, doesn't it, with a couple of rocks. All right, I'll let you have a look at the waves crashing then, and you can listen to it. I'll stop talking for a bit. No, just showing off. There's a couple of whales out the front. Yeah, one came in pretty close off the end of the wall. It's only about 100 metres off. Yeah, I'd say it's going around that sandbar now. Oh, those whales are really jumping out there now. Oh, look at the size. Oh, huge stingray just down there, everybody. Look at that. There you go. You can just see the whites of his. That's the big stingray. just playing there. Must be feeding. There you go, can you see it? Wow, we're seeing everything today. Whales, okay, it's heading out a little bit. It's getting away from the rocks. There it is, you can still see it, the shadow of it. There, I can still just see it. Maybe it'll come up and... So what happens, you're out surfing sometimes and a stingray comes past and it just puts its flap up in the air and you shit yourself because you think it's a shark. And it's just a, well, that's gone. But yeah, you think it's a shark. Good, Jeffrey, I'm glad you did. What else is down there? So all the muck coming out of the river, you can see down there, where is it? There, you can see everything floating out. So all the big fish just sit out there and just wait for the free feed to come past them. And the waves are hitting again. So if you're actually thinking, God, he's not very good with the camera, it's because I'm not looking where the camera's shooting, I'm looking for what's in the water. We've got to find some dolphins for Human. He said he hasn't seen any before. So I went to the Are You OK night last night for the school, so that was good. It was a sing-along down there and we were doing Not My Cup of Tea first song. We were doing a Kylie Minogue song and then they went and did a In Excess song, which was good, more up my alley. Alright, that stingray isn't coming back, so I might head back up. Well, you can see the pressure waves there now. So the tide's going out faster than the waves are coming in. It's got more power, and it holds the wave up. Alright, I'll just spin around. Bear with me with the shaky footage and the footage of nothing. Ooh, look at the difference looking into the I'm not sure. It's to help with suicides. So they were just showing, they had a kid go up and then the kid had to try and stand on a basketball, and they were just showing how hard it is for the kid to stand on the basketball. So they had one person standing beside him and he was able to hold his shoulder and he was able to do it a bit easier. And they're showing just one person helping you, how much easier everything can be. And then they had another person, so two people supporting the one person and solid as a rock. So that's what they're trying to do for the school kids and anybody else. So we have it in the fire brigade as well. I think it's the 11th of September is the Are You OK Day. We have a lot of firefighters who have PTSD from the things we have to see. A lot of going off on, I don't know what the leave is, we call it mental leave, but it's not very funny, it's not good what we have to see. Well, yes, it was very informative how easy that was. Oh, got some nice rocks out here. You can see all the rocks were washed away down here. So that's how big the swell was not so long ago when we had that big cyclone. And these rocks must weigh a couple of tonne each. So again, looking out the mouth. Esprides, how are you? Thank you for joining. So you're about 2 minutes too late. We just had a stingray right underneath us out the front of the rocks there. We've had a few whales out the front. Hope this rock doesn't move on me. Can't even sit down because my knee won't bend properly. But it's blowing a gale here, so that's why I'm sitting on this side. All right, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Yes, these rocks are huge. They must be 4 or 5 tonne each, and that's how much. Yes, it was quite good. Ask Human how good it was. He was impressed. So just looking out the bar. Looking over to Fingal. A lot nicer looking this way out of the wind. And that's the south wall of the Tweed River over there, and then we'll look around. We've got that beach is called Doppies, and when the surf gets big, the waves break on that wall there, and you get some nice right-handers coming into that beach. Whatever your postal service is has lost Human's mail in the post somewhere, so he is talking on the phone at the moment, I think. Yes, that's true, Human. Yeah, for the emergency service workers, for the soldiers, what we have to see, what the soldiers have to do to people, must be so traumatizing. So, oh, there's a whale right there. Let's turn around. Okay, so he's just out behind that whitewash there, so we'll just wait for him to come up again. He's not doing too much, he's just cruising along, but hopefully he'll come up and have a breath. I can see where he's just been. Come on, I can see his back. Don't know if you can see the back. There it is, out behind that whitewash. So while we're waiting for him to come up again, thank you everybody for joining us. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe if you so wish. Really helps the channel out. And I'm coming from the far north coast of New South Wales in Australia at the Tweed River. So this is the last river system in New South Wales going north, or the first going south. Oh, that wind's blowing hard, so I'll zoom back out, guys. If it'll zoom, let me. All right. So you can see, have a look at that that leaf there. You can see how fast the tide's running out. Thank you. I'll just pin that. Thank you, human. It's amazing. It looks so nice in there, but I'm actually got spray blowing over me from Dbar when the waves are hitting the rock wall over there. I'll just spin around a bit. I'll spin you around, but I'll keep looking in the water, see if we can see something. That's looking up the Tweed River. And thank you. SZ prods. Oh, I can't see. Oh, there it is. Looking in the wrong direction. So there's Cook Island. There's Mount Warning in the background there. So they must be burning off the sugarcane at the moment, and that's why it's so. That's why it's so looks like foggy, misty out there. And in a couple of seconds, you will have a Qantas plane come through the shot. No, that's the plug. The volcano, I was saying before, the volcano runs for about 100, 150 kilometres. So it runs all the way. If you have a look on Google Maps, you can actually see the entire caldera. So, but there, Mount Warning is the plug. That's where all the eruptions started and then just blew the entire volcano up. And that's what built all this, made the soil so fertile. It's all volcanic soil around here. All the red volcanic soil. It's fantastic for growing stuff here. Ooh, let me just jump up. Okay, I'm up very gracefully. How long have I been going for? An hour 8. Nice. So we'll keep heading down. Oh, here comes, oh, there's 2 whales straight there. Let's go and hide behind a rock, guys. It's amazing how easy I can see things in the ocean. But I went up to Cairns and the Daintree, and I could not see a crocodile that was right in front of me, and I could not see a snake that was in a tree. The driver of the boat just about put me on the snake on my head, and I still could not see it. But anything in the ocean, I can see. No active volcanoes, Jeffrey. Okay, so where are those whales? Pop up, come on. You can see how much the camera's shaking. That's how windy it is. It's blowing, I'd say 20, 25 k's an hour at the moment. Not as bad as yesterday. It's not going to come back up, so let's keep heading down. So these holes here are actually, there we go, you can see that hole. That's where they drilled through the Dbar headland, dropped dynamite in there and blew all these rocks up. So there's, you can actually see there's 3 holes, 1, 2, 3, and then they also came through, you can see, oh, can you see it? Can you see it? There's one. And that's a drill hole that's come from the other direction. So there's one there. There's one there. Ah, thank you for that, human. I knew there was none on the mainland here. I like how the people in the olden days just go up to the island and say, right, this is now Australia's. One of them is in Indonesia, so it's Christmas Island, nowhere near Australia. So we have all the boat people and refugees. They go over, land on Christmas Island, which is at the bottom of Java, and now they're claiming Australian sovereignty. So just crazy. I suppose it's like England claiming the Falklands at the bottom of Argentina. Don't know how it used to work back in the day. Everybody had to own the whole lot. It's like all those comics and that, and see, everybody wants to rule the world, don't they? So that guy's still down there trying to get sea worms. So there's another nice little spot down there. Look at that. That's looking across the Fingal. That's the south wall of the Tweed River. I'm on the north wall. And thank you everybody for joining this live stream today. If you're new to the channel, thank you for finding it. And if you're enjoying it, please like and subscribe. I do basically minimum 3, but basically 1 every day of a live stream from somewhere around this area. In 3 weeks yesterday, we'll be in New Zealand. So I'll do one from around Queenstown, which is the best I've ever seen. I haven't been to Canada or the north of America or any other place up there. I've been to Japan over the and Munich, well, Germany, Austria, but New Zealand's only 3 hours from us, and the wife is German heritage, so she likes the easy 3-hour flight to get us into the Alps. Hello, Terry. All right. So we'll just look through here. There's the guy still trying to get worms. So that green bag he's swishing in front of him, that's called a stink bag. And in his left hand he has a shellfish of some kind. Usually around here we use pippies. And what happens, that surfer going past will now scare all the worms down. Hello, Terry. The bird is hungry. Which bird? Oh, yes. So the stink bag also drops out little bits of flesh out of there because it'll be rotting fish, and the seagull will be getting a nice easy meal. Opportunistic, correct. At least he's going after fish and not after chips like most seagulls do. I'm trying to hold as still as I can. Sorry for the shaking, but that wind is really picking up everybody. So what he's done, he's already worked there, so he's probably not going to find too many more worms. He needs to keep moving around. Oh, I spoke too soon. Now he's bending over. Let's zoom in. So then he puts the pippy in the worm's mouth. Wait for it to bite, and then there he goes. He pulled it out. That was a short one, maybe only 2-3 foot long. Yes, it is the Harmony. So luckily he didn't listen to me and say there's no more worms in that position. I might try and get behind this rock a bit, guys. 2 seconds. All right. Now it's going over my head. So there he is. So what we had on Fingal, we had a humpback whale die and land on the beach there. So they left the whale on the beach, and when there's food, the worms start feeding, the worms start reproducing, and then there were so many worms on Fingal. And then when there's worms, you get whiting and bream and flathead. So that brings the bigger fish, and then the bigger fish, and then the bigger fish. So yeah, it's quite good to watch. There's a whale straight out the end again. Typical. Hey Mark, weren't you here before? Or am I going crazy? Okay, he's just seen another worm. So he's holding the stink bag just ahead of it, so as not to scare the worm, and he scared the worm. You were here an hour ago, Mark, weren't you? There he is, he's found it again. He bends over, left hand down, puts the pippy, and the wave just scared it again. Oh, I think I've cut myself short before, so, whoop, he's found another one. So once you scare the worm, they don't usually come back up again, so he's having a bit of trouble with this worm. There we go. It's bending. He's actually quite a good wormer. But my father and all his relations were at Harrington. Well, there must have been so many worms, but they could have 2 or 3 worms on the go at the same time. Okay, he's bent over and he's missed it again. And there's a whale just out here. Let's try and find that whale. So he definitely is having a lot of trouble with that worm. He should leave it. No, missed it again. So there is a whale just out here, so they're still coming through. Okay, let's go. We'll go back down onto the beach, or I'd like to walk down the Tweed River there, but they're doing replenishment works. All that rock wall there is all brand new. You can see ugly grey rock. So they're making you walk through the middle of the park, and that'll be fairly boring for you. So we might go back down onto the beach. But yes, you can feel how hard this wind is blowing. Thank you for that, human. Oh, what I was saying before, thank you for everybody that's new, that's joining me. Please consider liking and subscribing. I do basically a live stream every day, minimum of 3. The people who have been before, thank you, welcome back. You're making this really worthwhile, and thank you to my fantastic moderator, Human, and Paul, who I haven't seen for a while, and Joseph. So thank you everybody for what you're doing. Okay, so we have some people down here. Just look at that. I'll just zoom in, make that. So that's really looking nice up there. So you can see all the rocks in the water there. Let's get a bigger picture. There we go. So that's looking right up the Tweed River around the bend. All right, I'll zoom out again. A couple of boys going surfing straight in front of us. Nice conditions, not windy, howling northerly. When you're that age, it never mattered. We'd always go out surfing every day. Didn't matter what the conditions were like. That hurt. Keep forgetting about the knee, everybody. All right, we're back down on the beach. So that's the rock wall. That's the north wall of the Tweed River we're just on. There's the guy going for the sea worms, beach worms. Yeah, it's beautiful down here, Mark. And you can see how far the tide's gone out, and they've pumped all this sand. And we had the blood moon, which I'm sure you guys did over in America at the same time. And it's now cut into it again, so it's washed all the sand away again after they've just pumped it all. So you can see the drop off there. That drop off's around 4 foot, maybe 5 foot, right in front of us there. And that drop off up there is around you can see the person, the scale with that person right beside it. Oh, that's a kid, but there's the parents underneath the, so it's around 6 foot drop there. Yes, it was huge here too. Very spectacular yesterday morning at 4 a.m. So I hope that wind's not too hard for the audio, but we're going to walk up to, that's Lovers Rock, and we'll make our way up to Lovers. So if you ever come surfing at Dbar or you're talking to somebody, that's called Lovers up the north end of the beach. This is called the Wall, so you either surf Lovers or you surf the Wall, or you surf down the Lovers end or the Wall end, or in the middle. So there's a couple of spots here. So if you're telling your mate, you say, oh, I had a really nice left-hander out off Lovers this morning, they know exactly where you're talking about. So look at this sand, nobody around. And just think, that's the Gold Coast on the other side of that headland there. So there's two people walking. There's one lady with about 4 kids, and a couple of people sunbaking, and that's it. Yes, let's get up there, guys. Please hit like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm doing basically a live stream every day at 1 o'clock my time, the east coast of Australia. So work that out to when you guys will be able to see it. Yep, nobody around. Oh, there's a whale straight out there. And there it is, jumped. There it is. Let's see if it jumps again. There it is, it's splashing there. Come on, keep going. So what we're looking for, guys, is a whale just out behind those waves there jumping. So we're just waiting for it to come back up. So please stay on the line and we will find it again for you. We've had maybe 10 or 15 whales just go past since I started this stream. There it is, it just blew. So there she blows. So come on, let's jump, don't just breathe. So, come on, come on. Okay, it's going to come up very shortly, guys. Just hang there, don't leave. And I'll show you a whale on its annual migration. The whales have already been north and now they're heading south. So the whales have either mated or they've given birth and now they're heading home. So for the females, that's 6 months since they've eaten or by the time they get back. So they go up there, they give birth, they suckle their young, and then swim all the way back to Antarctica. It's around about the 10,000 kilometre round trip. Okay. It's teasing. But that whale is just out there. So just hold there, guys, hold there. Come on, where is it? There it is. Just breathed again, which is no good for us, but it's still there. You know, as soon as I zoom out, it's going to start jumping again. Come on, jump. All right, what I'm going to do is I saw the spout, that's good. I'm going to look back down the beach and that's the guy looking for worms, but the camera footage is all over the shop, so I'm going to zoom out, guys, and we'll keep making our way down to Lovers. So I'll keep you looking straight that way, but I'm going to look out for that whale when it starts jumping again, then I'll turn back around. Oh, there's a seagull, fat seagull. It's just been hanging with the worming guy. Some people up there trying to get out of the wind. This wind must be up around 25 to 30 k's now. It's getting stronger. Always gets stronger in the afternoon. All the heat on the land, it lifts up, and then the wind comes in to equalise the pressure. Okay, that whale still hasn't come up again. So that's quite a good view that way. You've got the reflection. We've got the sailors on the beach again. Oh, it's not coming up. A dirty rat. So all this stuff here on the beach is where they're doing the sand bypass at the moment, and they've just turned it off. But this is all from Fingal, so where we were yesterday. So this is all the rubbish that's coming off Fingal Beach. So there might actually be some good little finds in here. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Oh, there's The whale's still breathing out there, but it's not doing much else. So what we're going to do, we're going to go oh wow, Port Stephens is down near Sydney, if you didn't know. So this is, all this sand here has been pumped on that bypass system. So there must be a couple of 100,000 cubes just been pumped here. It comes across as a slurry and the water keeps going out to sea and the sand's heavier and it just drops down. So you can see all the where the water's run, all the marks in the sand. All right, let's keep heading over to these little tidal pools. They're looking quite good at the moment. The water's looking nice. All right, now we're slowly getting out of the wind. I should have stood here the whole time. But then we wouldn't have seen the whales or the stingray. Wow, look at that. Looks like Fiji or something, Hawaii. No shark teeth. Jeffrey, look at the colour of that water, and crystal clear. So we had a guy attacked at Cabarita the other day. He might have found a tooth or two caught in his board. Wow, look at that. There you go. There you go, screenshot that, people. Beautiful views. There we go. So we got the main subjects, that big rock in the foreground, all the way out to Lovers in the background. You got the tree on the left, the pandanus, and the beautiful coloured water. And the tide's just running out. Ooh, that water's a little bit cold too. Can you hear the waves just crashing in, guys? Let's move a bit closer for you. There we go. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, human. Thank you, California. I'm going to call you Mr. 70,000 now, California. Oh, I hope you're a mister, not a miss. If I am, I apologise. Yes, it is relaxing. You can see all the water just bobbling through all the rocks there. Let's go for a walk through the rocks a little bit. Ooh. Now that's nice. Look at the colours in that. You guys have anything that looks like this around where you live? Let us know. Wow. Definitely a mister. That's good. I think I call everybody. That's a trouble I have at work. We get a call, I go, come on boys, and you look around and go, oh, sorry. And the girls go, don't worry, we're used to it. I wasn't trying to offend you. Oh, look at that. Let's look back over this way a bit. Not quite as nice. Gotta more get those rocks in there. Yeah. What time are you doing your live streams, California? Ah, there might be some sand underneath. You might need a big hurricane to come through and wash it away. Oh, look at that. Around 5 p.m, all right. I'll work out what time that is for us. Is that your time you're talking about, human? All right, let's go and find another view. How close can you get to your sea lions? California? All right, we might go through this way, I think. This isn't slippery. Hopefully I don't get trapped in here. All right, let's see if we can make this look nice. Oh, cool. Have you had any have a go at you, or are they just too tired, they're just sleeping there? Oh, so they're fenced in, so you can't actually get down to them. Dang, look at those colours. Reds, blues, greens. They've fenced off the entire beach. That's a bit rude. You wouldn't want to be a rate payer and not be able to get access to your own beach that you pay money to live near. Oh, really? Yes, over in New Zealand, we're at a place called where were we? Dunedin, and that's where the seals come in. And my daughter was running on the boardwalk, and there was a seal asleep. She's running around the corner. She's nearly run into the seal. She shit herself. The seal shit herself, and there was a few tears. Oh, okay. Yeah, there was a few tears where a scared little girl, and then the seal has then waddled back into the water, barking the whole way. It wasn't happy about being disrupted. it was having a nice little sunbake. Yeah, we've got a seal down at the Opera House in Sydney. They've fenced off the steps and the seal just lives there. So that's quite amazing. Not all of them. This is just in the volcanic area. So all this from round about, well, basically all the Gold Coast and northern New South Wales is rocky like this, Jeffrey. Yeah. That mate of mine that was the head dolphin trainer at SeaWorld, one of his mates was working the seals, or sea line, one or the other, and the seals turned around and bit him and bit the crutch out of his pants and everything else that was in the pants with it. So yeah, he was rushed off to hospital very quick in a bad state of affairs. So yeah, but you would too if you're held in captivity and someone kept making you do something which you didn't want to do. Yes. They he had his wetsuit on, and when they got the wetsuit back, they hung it up in the sea line enclosure for everybody just to realise how dangerous the seals and sea lions can be. Yeah, that looks nice. Look at that. Let's try and get that red rock just there. Yeah, but for a lot of people, that's the only way you're going to see anything. And it's also a breeding habitat because we keep burning all their habitats. Like over in Africa and that, they just keep encroaching into the gorillas' area. Yes, I've seen photos of Big Sur. It looks beautiful with that waterfall coming straight down into the ocean. I'd love to go for a surf there, and then if it's fresh water, you could have your shower underneath the waterfall and before you go back up to this car and get the salt off you. There we go. Come on. There we go. Just trying to get the gimbal centered. It's not playing. Come on, center. There. Yeah, that's nice. Let's just cruise up the rocks a little bit further, everybody. Hope you're enjoying this tidal pools. All right, now we've got a good view. Oh, I thought you would have a few great whites up there, being in such cold water. Yes, it is, Seaman. Very nice day, just the wind, but the wind is keeping it cool. So look at that, that's nice. Look at the reds in those rocks. Guy going for a swim, looks like he's going straight into the rip. So hopefully he knows what he's doing, otherwise he'll be ending up out to sea. So just hang on there, we might actually see somebody in distress in a minute. see how far he goes out. Oh, they have a breeding program there, Jeffrey. All right, he's in the water and he's not going out far. So where he's swimming there, you can just see his head, quite safe. But you go out a little bit further and just here, that's when the rips really starts picking up. You can see the water rushing out there. Oh, okay. You see how much water's running out there? He's coming out already, so, and you can see the sand going out. So that, all that sand that's just been pumped from Fingal, oh, that's good, is now getting washed out there, and it'll go out to sea and then wash around the corner, and that's how the super bank's formed. So we have a, what's that? A Riviera. Luxury boat just coming past, couple of $1 million. Friends of ours have one, and it had the fly bridge on the top, so it was 2 stories with a the fly over the top. Oh, I hated it. Got seasick. It just moves around so much. Then I went inside and sat up the front of the boat, and still rough and got seasick. So then the only place I could stand was right down the back on the back transom. So there was about 2 meters of freeboard I could stand in. All right, I'll get down here. So that guy is out of the water already. That's good. Ben, I tell you, so awkward to join it. All right, let's try and get another position, and then it's coming up to 2 hours that I've been online, so I'll finish shortly, guys. Hope you've all enjoyed this as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. Seen a few things today, whales. Haha, very cool. One or two, I hope, human. Not so much that you fall over the back. Have you ever seen that footage where they're cruising along in the boat, and then the killer whales start surfing their pressure wave out the back of the boat? Now that's pretty cool. All right, guys, that's an hour 50. Thank you for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did like it, please like and subscribe before I shut down for the day. That's new. Thank you for my long-term viewers up every day, and especially a big thank you to Human for all the great work you do. And I'll see you tomorrow. It'll be independent, so I might go down around Cabarita on the south side and get out of that wind. There'll be some nice rock pools down there. So guys, thank you and goodbye.